Here in this slide, we will see that every cat tool is based on two main translation resources. So all cat tools are based on two main resources. Those are the TM, the translation memory, and the TB, the term base, or also called glossary. The format of these two files are SDL TM for the translation memory. So we will have a file named as we would like to. So file name, for example, .sdltm. This is the extension of the translation memory file. The file format for the glossary will be file name .sdltb. So SDLTB is the extension of the glossary file. This is an example of a translation memory. Here we have each segment is uniquely numbered and contains the source sentence in the left cell. So here we have, for example, the cell, the translation unit number 4. We have "You still owe me $200." This is the left cell containing the source language, which in this case is English. And on the its connected right cell, we have the Italian language, which is "Mi devi ancora $200." So the two sentences connected to each other, they build up a translation unit. So the whole segment is called TU, translation unit. So we have to keep in mind that translation memory is a list of translation units. The more we translate, the bigger our translation memory will become year after year. At the beginning, when the translation memory is created, it will be empty. There will be no translation units on it. But as we start translating, all the sentences that are present in our documents that we are translating, they will be transferred to the translation memory, and the translation memory file will get bigger and bigger every day that we are translating. This is an example of a term base. A term base is can be made up of one word connected to its translated word, or it could be made up of more words. So it could be made up of phrases. So here we can read, each term can have its corresponding translation in the various target languages. The term base, unlike the TM, can also manage more than two languages. As in this case, we have the term translated into Italian, French, and English. So this is the big difference between the translation memory and the term base. The translation memory can only have a language pair, so a source language and a target language. And the source and target languages have to be defined at the beginning when we decide to create the translation memory. Whereas when we create a term base, we can add as many languages as we like, and we don't have to specify whether they are source or target, because they could be both source or target depending on the project we would like to connect this term base. So in this case, we have Italian, French, and English. If we connect this term base to a project that is going from English into Italian, this term base will be set up in this way, considering English as the source language and Italian as the target language, ignoring the French language because that's not that language is not present in my project. So, but if tomorrow I'm going to translate a document from French into English, then I will have French set up as the source language and English set up as the target language. And in in that case, Italian will be ignored because it's not present in that project. Okay. Here we have the features of the TM, and we can say that the TM is generated by SDL Trados Studio 2019, so no other software can generate a TM. A TM is composed of translation units, source sentence linked to its target sentence. Another feature of the TM is that each TU is automatically sent to the TM after pressing Ctrl Enter. We need to press Ctrl Enter each time we want to move from one sentence to the next one. And while we are translating, of course, we want to move from one sentence to the next one because we want to proceed with the translation of our document. And while we are doing this, while we are moving from one sentence to the next one, and we can do this by clicking on the button Control plus Enter. In this case, the translation of the sentence that we have just done will be transferred to the translation memory. So the translation memory will be implemented anytime that I move from one sentence to the next one. Let's see the features of a term base or a glossary. A glossary is generated by SDL MultiTerm 2019. We need to have SDL MultiTerm installed in our computer, but generally when we install SDL Trados Studio, we also install SDL MultiTerm in order to have this software installed to be able to manage my glossaries. The term base is made up of single terms which might consist of several words. For example, we might have a single word like screen translated into Italian, schermo, but we might also have a phrase like flat screen, which can be translated in Italian, schermo piatto. We can also have, for example, square flat screen, or other words that are other terms that are made up of more than one word. Okay, the terms are to be added to the term base manually by the translator. So there is no automatic action that a translator could do that enters automatically the terms into the term base. So when I want to enter a term into a term base, I have to do it manually because, of course, the system doesn't recognize which terms I want to add to my term base. Okay,